So today is a very special day. Today starts my 3-day journey of deep cleaning this entire gym. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. So with the size of the gym and how everything is going to go and how deep I am actually going to clean everything, I'm going to do this in 3 phases. So with this first phase, I'm going to do just strictly our powerlifting area. And so what this will include is every single frame, plate, weight horn, bar, anything and everything that you could think of in this back half on these mats. And further back, I'm going to be cleaning. Also the floors, obviously. I'm going to be cleaning all of that today. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I'm going to do that. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to tackle it in multiple different phases. So I'm going from basically the top of the machine all the way down to the floor. So I think I'm going to start off with all of our weight trees, unloading them, cleaning them off, wiping off all the plates, putting them right back on. So all the weight horns, everything like that. Then I'm going to move on to the frames of every single piece of machine that we have. Then I'll move on to the bars and the bar rack. And then I'll go floor, vacuum, and mop. And then we should be done. So let's get into it. So this is what I have. So this has some of the Lysol cleaner mixed with water in it. Vacuum. I've got some Lysol disinfecting wipes, extra Lysol, my extension cord, and then I also got a spray bottle for all of the frames. So these 2 things can be used for the frames, and then I won't need these until later on, but that's how we're going to tackle this. So let's get into the weight horns. The way that I'm cleaning these is actually pretty simple. So all I'm doing is taking this cleaner, which like I said is the Lysol diluted with a little bit of water, and I'm just spraying both sides and then wiping them down. A lot of it is just dust or whatever that needs to come up. They're not going to look perfect. They're not going to look brand new because of all the slamming and everything that's gone on. So I'm just looking to get the dust off, get the worst off, make it look better. So what I've also been doing too is you'll notice that I have gaps in there just to let it air dry, just to let it dry off, and then later on I can push them all together. But I'm gonna spray it on both sides and I'll wipe them. I'm also doing it away so anything that's dusty can get on the floor, because that'll be the last thing. So if I do all of this now, I don't have to worry about going back through and cleaning these and knocking dust on the floor and then having to clean the floor again. So I'm just going to clean everything off of the plates now, and then later on it'll look a lot better. Let's move on to the rest of them. So already I've gotten all of the calibrated plates cleaned off, wiped down, put back onto the racks, cleaned off all the racks, and that was awful. So I think I'm going to reassess with all of these. I'm still going to clean everything, but a lot of this stuff is just dust, and so I don't think it needs to be deep like cleaned. All the dust needs to be knocked off. And a lot of these plates don't collect dust, obviously, because members are using them all the time. So it's not like they're going to sit here and gather dust like some of these other like calibrated plates that members don't use as much. So what I'm going to do with this is just take Clorox wipes, and while all the weight horns are full, I'm just going to start wiping everything. So I'll wipe all the plates, do all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to like scrape and rub and all that just to try and make sure I get everything. So let's continue at it. Surprising enough, it isn't as bad, and I think it's just because everything moves and all that. So this is the last weight horn that I have to do, and I can't tell you how excited I am at that because these are just very tedious to do. Just like trying to get all the clamps and everything like that. So this hasn't been done since we moved in. Obviously, I've cleaned since then because we are a very clean gym. If you've been here before and you know, but I haven't deep cleaned the gym yet. I've deep cleaned the turf. Just one, no time, and two, it never really needed it. There's some dust here and there that I took care of, but now I'm kind of tired of it, and I figured that this should get a little bit deeper of a clean, and if I'm going to do it, I might as well document it for the YouTube, because why not? Y'all will love it. So that should be every single one, minus these front two. So now I'm going to go to all the bars. So because of our cleaning rule that we do have for all bars, plates, everything like that, the people need to put it away, but also wipe it down. The majority of these bars are in really, really good condition, especially right in here. And so I don't want to spend too much time on those because if I do that, then I also have to go back through with some chalk and stuff like that just to make sure that everything is good and ready to go in terms of bars. So what I am going to do though, because all of those plates really haven't been wiped down, I'm going to take all of these sleeves on all these bars, wipe them all down, make sure that they're good. Once I do that, then I should be good to move on to the frames of everything. So I've got a few benches, squat racks, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of move through all of these bars, and then I'll see you at whatever my first framed piece is. So as a disclaimer, before I get roasted in the comments, a lot of these, like, you do want to clean them, but a lot of these move. So you can see, like, if this moves but the bar doesn't, this is our squat bar. So I'm trying to be careful in terms of what I do clean because it's a trade-off. Like, I want to be able to make sure that these are clean and that they're not dirtying up our plates and anything like that, but I also want to be sure that they still move. So a lot of these need to be oiled up so that they can rotate. But as of right now, just taking it nice and easy. So we should be good. I wanted to throw that little disclaimer in there. And so you'll see here what I mean. Like, there's chalk here, and that's our deadlift bar. And then we've got our squat bar here, and then we've got a little bit of chalk on the upper bar. So I'm going to leave that for the purpose of it being functional. I can go through and deep clean it, but what I would have to do is normally you wipe this down, get it all done, and then you take a chalk bucket or a chalk block and then put it on the knurling here so that it continues to stay in as good a condition as it is. But like I said, I just kind of stuck with the sleeves. Still makes it look good. It's a gym. It's not going to look perfect, but at least now it looks a little bit better. So I'm going to show you our dirtiest, probably framed piece back in this back area. A lot of them collect a little bit of dust, but this one collects the most for whatever reason. So I'm going to show you kind of what I'm going to do. But anything that has a frame, any part of this frame, I'm going to wipe down. It's going to be the same thing for every single squat rack, everything like that. The two things that I am going to avoid the tops of everything and the underneaths of everything. So I'm not going to get the bars that are facing down to the ground or anything that's facing up. There's no point in that. No one's really going to see it. I will get any loose dust and stuff like that that's on the ground, but I'm not going to do all of that kind of stuff. It's not really needed. It's not going to be seen. But once it starts coming down to areas that are affected or that look bad, I will take care of those. So without further ado, I'm only going to show you this one and maybe one other piece. You've already seen a lot of cleaning today, so and there's two more parts to this. It's going to be very interesting. So I'm going to show you this, and then I will meet you back when I am getting ready to vacuum. So probably do some before and afters of everything, but that's about it. I don't know where I get the bright idea to do all these different things, but this was awful. So far I have wiped down pretty much every single weight that's back here. I've wiped down every single bar, wiped down every single frame of everything. The only thing I haven't done is the two deadlift platforms. I do that usually when I mop because they don't get too bad. So the next thing, I guess, is I'm going to vacuum, and then I'm going to mop, and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like after that. The only other thing I have to do is all of these different things usually go here. But as you can see, I haven't cleaned this pretty much since I put these down. So I'm going to start wiping off all of these. A lot of the sleds just have grass and stuff like that on it, so they have it on their tracks. So all I got to do is vacuum those up. And then these are just dusty, so they'll just get a quick wipe down all across. And then I'll put them back on. There's a frame around here, but I will wipe that when I mop. So let's get the vacuum set up. So about the last thing that I have to do, now that I've mopped everything, done all of that, I just got to start putting stuff back. in its place. So I'm going to start wiping these down. I'll let you guys kind of see that a little bit. Wipe down all of this stuff, put it back, and then I got to wipe down the boxes. Maybe they're looking pretty good right now, so I may not wipe those down, but I will definitely put them back, and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so this was part one of all of the cleaning that I did. So, like I said, today was cleaning every single weight horn, bar, frame, all the flooring, all of that kind of stuff. So I did everything minus 2 deadlift jacks. I still got to do those. I'm going to wipe this down. I'm going to do it off camera. Overall, it's a lot of work. But like I said, this is my week. This is only part one. I'm doing it in 3 different phases. So I'm doing it in the back part, all of our machines, and then our dumbbell cardio area. So I just got done with this today. So it looks a hell of a lot better than it did at the beginning. So stay tuned for part 2. Now, if you don't mind me, I might go relax for a little bit because I still got to work out today. So it's going to be fun.